Hello, hello, and welcome to Simulacra Studios presents Trinity Continuum Aeon ASIYAH. I am your humble story guide, Scott. My pronouns are he, him. My awesome players, their information is on the screen in the show notes. When last we left our freelance scions, they had done a little internal tickle on the massive Terret-class aberrant that had sort of surrounded the old Daedalus League station that they were investigating. And then, oh boy, was there a fight out in space. Y'all had a big old space fight. The ship got a little bit more fucked up.
Yeah, that was not fun. That was less fun.
It was a hot time.
It was a hot time. But you eventually managed to destroy the Terret-class aberrant, which is very cool and good. And yeah, you guys started to sort of you made your way back to the station, started to investigate it, and are in the midst of planning what to do next, sort of figuring out how to utilize this station to fix some problems that you guys
that's right.
have.
We had initiated party protocol.
Yes, party protocol.
Yes.
You're back on the ASIYAH.
Party poppers have come out.
Which still has its negative complication on it, on psi power use, which is one of the big issues that guys are going to resolve. The station is still mostly of varying levels of quantum flux zone, which is not good. It's very bad to be there without the quantikinetic shield that Nathan can provide.
Question about that. Mm-hmm. Does a quantum flux zone naturally dissipate over time?
Yeah. It does, but it takes a good long time to do so. And, of course, you know that there are means of making that go quicker.
Yes.
But that is pretty up there.
Is it
Yeah,
like radiation?
Yeah, it is kind of like radiation. Let's just say that a lot of people have a lot of things to say about that subject, Nathan.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Metaphysical? Yeah, it's like metaphysical radiation.
Mm-hmm.
Doors?
No, we're good.
Okay.
Anyway, so where are you guys? Where's everyone right now? The ship and the station each have their own sort of ambient problems.
Yeah.
You could escape both of them by getting on a shuttle and just going
out.
Pick a direction and go into the Oort cloud.
Well, I thought we were going back to the station to...
Well, we need to gather the materials necessary to even fix the ship.
Oh,
and
no,
we were
we
about to
docked in the main bay. We converted it so it could actually hold the ASIYAH.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
The ASIYAH is in the ship. Without the active presence of the aberrant, the ASIYAH's Novatech nature does keep out the quantum flux zone, at least for the time being. Ship has noted that it might seep in over time, but for now the ship can even though you're in that heart of that proximity, the ship can keep that out. But like I said, it has its own problems for you guys. The ship is docked. It's taken up a good 2/3 of the bay, which has configured itself to accept it. Something you guys will note is that now that it no longer has a tendril wrapped around its power core, the station is sort of beginning to wake up a little bit. Lights are coming back on. There are drones and other robots are starting to wake up and are beginning repairs on the station automatically. It is not a quick process, but you guys do notice there are things moving around, pretty regularly, patching things up. It seems that whatever that aberrant was doing, it was causing a drain on the main power.
I start by asking Nathaniel to step off the ASIYAH with me. I want to start the repairs on the ship, and I want to do that by controlling the system. So
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me just make a quick roll.
if you wouldn't mind doing your.
Doing what I do
Quantum
best.
I don't know what else you could do better, but
Oh, that is yet to be seen.
So where are you making this roll? Which is the question. Are you going into the quantum flux zone to do it, or staying on the
I
ship?
think it's
to do it?
actually easier for me to do it in the quantum flux zone than on the ASIYAH at this
Okay.
point, because it's what, a -3 complication
It
there?
is a +3 difficulty, and I think
In
+3 psi cost in the station.
Oh Jesus. Okay, maybe
And
it may
let,
actually.
let me just get the actual numbers on
Yes,
that,
please.
because there are.
So what you really need to do is just hop into the vacuum of space to do it. That'd be easier.
I mean, you can just link up to me and use me as a
Nope.
switchboard.
Nope.
Nope, no linkies.
Oh, that's right. We can't link with you.
Also,
Yep.
it's
Shouldn't link with you.
almost actually that's a conversation we probably would have had while he's looking that up. Is besides the hazard that all of you currently possess, linking with me, even if we were able to, is not advisable. We don't harmonize well.
Sounds like you need to learn Clairsentience, man.
It has nothing to do with Clairsentience.
Heavy quantum flux zones inflict a +3 a difficulty and require spending an additional side point with each power activation to push through the interference.
Okay.
Now there are less intense as you go out on the habitation rings.
Yep.
The quantum flux zones get less intense.
What I'll do is I'll meet you in the middle, and you can come with me, and we'll go out like in my shuttle, go back to where out of the ASIYAH back to where I originally docked.
yeah.
I can put the shield on because there's no flux zone out there, and then we walk through the facility again.
sounds good to me.
Yeah, little bit of extra work.
Yeah. Yep. 2, 4. Yep. Yeah, we are good.
All right, yeah. So the bubble extends.
I'll just
You
go
guys
ahead.
head on.
I'll commit that psi,
Go ahead.
so I just don't have to worry about the duration.
Right. And how close do you need to stay with each other?
Short.
Short. Okay.
So not within a room.
There is actual range bands.
Yep.
Short, so 3 to 20 meters.
Okay.
So yeah, enough. You don't have to be right up on each other, but within a room, basically. So yeah, you guys. So are you heading to the center of the station?
Let's head back toward the bay, actually, where the ship is.
Okay.
So I'd like to
Yeah.
start taking control of the
Yeah.
system.
As you are, you make your way through, and you guys see what I described. You see the repair bots starting to come online. Working on the major damage first. So it's still a lot of clutter, a lot of faulty electrical wiring and whatnot. But the major hole, it seemed to be focusing on the major holes in the ship, and the big areas where things are blocked off. And so you make your way through. You feel that pressure on the bubble as you get closer and closer, and make your way into the center section and into the sort of the control area where you can start getting into the system and seeing what you can do about it.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm going to activate Overseer. So that is oversees all devices within my radius.
Okay, and what is your radius?
My
Be based on your psi.
Yeah. My radius is very faint.
Radius. I thought that was based on.
It's based on your psi.
I thought it was the mode. Yeah, that's right. Radius is based on how many dots in the mode you have.
Well, I have 5 dots in the mode.
So I think it's medium.
Short.
Short.
That was only short. Okay.
Yeah.
Close.
Well, in that case, I'm going to try to locate wherever the station's central systems would be, because basically I want to make some of its repair bots start repairing our ship.
Sure thing.
And you can link up with me too if you wanted to use me for the extra range.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
So I can be on the ship. I can be on ASIYAH. It doesn't really matter.
You can just sort of figure some things out, based off of, as I described the ship, at least the level of it that you're on, there are sections going inward, and you're very easily able to puzzle out. Oh, go to the section where the ship is engaged with, and then go into the innermost section. That seems to make the most sense. And you do see that there are things that you would very clearly identify as control mechanisms in that inner ring of the central part of the station, where you can easily open up the doors and see the ASIYAH.
So part of what I want to do with this, by the way, is in addition to basically sending some of the drones to work on our ship on the places we've already assessed needs to be repaired, or look at get a feel, or at least something my character would understand of its Novatech possibilities, because we're going to need those when we're actually doing the work to fix the entanglement problem.
Yeah, absolutely.
So those are my two things I'd like to do now.
You do look and you see this center part with the actual repair bays and whatnot does not seem to have been damaged, other than by the infection of the quantum flux rate energy, the corruption. Technology roll.
Oh, okay.
But you're trying to get into the system first,
Yes.
right? Okay, yeah, go ahead and do your access then.
Well, I'm going to have to do it again because I rolled 10 dice and no successes.
Oh, no.
Give us some momentum.
Okay, definitely.
Do this sections. So if I only need to do access, then that is that plus the 3, because that's only level 2. So that plus 3 plus 2, so that is 7 successes.
7 successes, okay. You are able to get yourself into the system and are able to start bypassing some of the rudimentary security that's on there to start getting an idea of how the ship is laid out and how the repair process. It seems there is definitely a difference in the drones that are currently repairing the ship and the tech that is used. Sorry, the drones that are repairing the station and the tech that is used to interact with ships proper are two separate systems.
I see.
So it seems that these are very specialized technologies in the repair bays.
Even better.
You sort of get there, go ahead. I'm going to need an Enigmas roll.
Sure.
Is there anything I can assist with, or is it all based on her interaction with the?
No, you can look at she can bring up screens and whatnot for you to look at if you wanted to attempt to make an Enigmas roll and use the assist trick.
Yep, I will use the assist. So it's only if that's if I pass and she fails.
Right. Okay.
It doesn't actually add successes or anything. It's just we're just doing a teamwork action. Is really
okay. Yeah, you can do teamwork factors on it.
All right. So
because I'm very good at Enigmas. That's why.
Would lightning calculator apply?
Yes.
That is 5 successes for
Okay.
me then.
Great.
And I got 3.
Okay. Yeah. So working together, you working sort of psionically, and you kind of looking at the screens and system, you're able to get through the security pretty easily and start pushing buttons and whatnot. And there's a very clear system for automated ship repair. This is for damage and the sort of things that spaceships who get into combat normally get. You are able to find that system and begin the process. So the ASIYAH is in the process of being repaired. It looks like how much current damage does the ASIYAH have on it?
I just had it. It currently has 1 actual hull point. Its a blade of hull is completely gone, but only 1 hull point is down. So it's mildly damaged and is not majorly damaged.
Yeah. So you think it'll take it about a week to automatically repair that damage if you wanted to get in a suit and head out there with some tools, you might be able to push that a little bit, but this thing seems to know what it's doing when it comes to fixing a ship.
We'll need some time to worry about the entanglement problem, so I'll just let that go.
I can always assist if I can get access more into the ship's internals. My quantikinetic powers allow me to just instinctually repair things.
Well, funny you should mention. Are we back on the ASIYAH while we're having this conversation?
Are you?
We are. I assume no. Actually, I assume we were doing this when you were beep booping on the actual space station.
Yeah, I assumed we would need to. Why don't we get on the ASIYAH and have a quick conversation?
Okay.
Yeah, you are able to transit pretty easily. You don't have to do a hop around.
Because we just walk straight there.
Yeah, you guys have your biosuit, so you can literally just walk out an airlock and walk and float into the ship.
This place doesn't have a grav crystal setup, does it?
No, it does not.
Okay.
No, at least not one that is currently functioning.
Okay, got it. So we're still doing the magnetic boots.
Yeah, you got the
thing.
magnetic boots and whatnot.
It's exhausting.
Cluck, cluck.
Anyway, yeah, you guys can head back onto the ASIYAH. You do feel that sort of background fuzz of your psionic senses kick in that goes
I
right
can't
through.
even filter
it goes
that out.
right through your
I can't
senses.
even filter that one out.
All right.
So,
So, this is overdue. Hey, ship.
Yes, pops up.
Yeah, visitor protocol off. Nathaniel, this is Ship. Ship's a person. We'll have no lip about it, and they outrank you.
Hello.
Ship, Nathaniel. Yeah, I know you've already met.
Okay. Ship's the captain. I haven't stopped drinking since the party protocol was engaged. So I'm just like, yeah, Ship's the co-captain.
hold on.
Your face.
You say ship's a person.
Yes.
That denotes that you have intelligence.
Intelligence is a funny word. I have sapience.
You have emotional awareness.
Yes, as well as knowledge of my own self as a conscious being.
And a sense of humor.
I'm
It's
aware
only-
that I am illegal,
At
at least in the Earth space.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I don't underestimate your intelligence.
Well, that's
What
good.
do you underestimate about me?
Currently, nothing, because now that I've found your. Now I'm more aware of your capabilities.
Excellent.
So, Ship, we want to work on this, the quantum interference problem we're having.
Oh, yes. We've been working on that for some time now.
Full of surprises.
Let me bring up the data that we've accomplished now that we have a facility.
And people we need to work on it, and the materials, hopefully.
Okay. All right, we are going to utilize the StoryPath Ultra investigation system.
I'm good with that.
Let me just bring up
It's a
them
mystery.
rules. It is a mystery. This is actually a complex mystery, which is going to require 7 leads. However, based on the work that you've already been doing, I will say that 2 of those leads have already been accomplished.
5.
So you have 5 leads that you need to accomplish.
And this is centered around fixing the actual entanglement
Yeah,
issue.
fixing the actual entanglement issue.
Okay.
So yes, this is definitely going to require science, technology, and enigmas roles.
Okay.
Are going to be one of each, barring any trick expenditures. Is going to be needed to progress down the lead trick.
I will start with the science.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm absolutely dog shit at all of those things.
I would say.
Yeah. So while you guys are starting that, let's see what Vega and Ash are getting up to. So you're drinking.
Welcome to Cat Court. I mean, I imagine Vega at this point and I have found ways to put little robes on the cats and are having like cat court. I don't know, it's like a few pounds strong. We're bored, we're drunk. But
We're bored, we're drunk. I
they're
probably
doing-
pulled the maker out.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
They're doing nerd shit. I don't know. Like,
Oh, let me see
How
if I
do
can
you
make more
find-
toys for them.
Yeah. Oh, so you're messing with the maker.
Yes, because I need to make more props for them for
Sure.
this cat court.
Yeah.
Generating evidence.
Great. good old.
Oh, I was
kangaroo.
thinking Renaissance court, not a judiciary court.
No,
No,
yeah.
they have like little wigs. And...
Yeah, we're getting little wigs.
It's cat parliament.
Yeah,
Cat Parliament, excellent. Okay, yeah, go ahead and give me a technology roll.
hold me closer,
To see
tiny
if you
gavel.
can bang out some biotech cat clothing.
All right. I assume it's gonna be technology int. Or
Yeah,
can I use some cunning?
I think int is going to be necessary here as you're kind of banging away at it.
Well, that's one.
Yeah, I mean, you go through sort of like the interface for it, and there are clothings of all sorts available. You're able to basically like kit bash like some children's clothing. I get to print out some kitty robes.
Excellent. Now we just gotta slip it on them.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, that is going to require an athletics roll
You got
to attempt to wrangle one of the cats and put it
How
on.
big are these
All
cats
right,
again?
that's fine.
They're very big.
clock.
They are large. They are they are sphinx cats that are the size of severals. So a pretty decently sized dog.
Yeah.
Well, that's 3 successes.
Oh yeah.
Also 3 successes.
Oh yeah.
I just scruff them and shoo.
Yeah, you distract them with some extruded tuna blocks, and you manage to wrangle them and put on this very nice, like, it's biotech, so it's kind of like a second skin.
I meant to say, like, are they...
They're even more hairless than ever.
Anti-hair.
But it's nice and warm and whatnot, so they take to it pretty
Does one of
well.
them just flop over?
There is a flop
That
situation.
would be Mr. Meowington Esquire. Yeah, he'll be mine. He's the one who's going to be the animated one with the gavel.
okay.
Right, yeah, so you're managed doing that.
Nerds.
So anything other than fucking around with the cats?
The
going
cat
on?
court?
It's been real heavy lately, man. Nah.
No, we need some lightness.
I need
Okay,
something
yeah,
fun.
absolutely. So you spend plenty of time fucking around with the cats. They do eventually get a little rowdy and
Order in the court!
No.
and really authoritarian, apparently.
Oh no!
But anyway, so back to the tech crew.
The actual work getting
Will
done.
my Ms. Fix-It stuff apply for this? It's repairing and reverse engineering.
Yes, it will.
Awesome. 6 successes on
6
the science.
successes. Okay. Let's see here. The leads. So, yes, that will overcome the difficulty of 3. So you have 3 additional hits to play around with.
Which is real good.
So yeah, the first lead, the next lead that you uncover, is you've known already that it's going to take exotic material, exotic matter, and so you spend some time with your connection to the ship sensor, looking into like, okay, what's on board, how does it fit in with your previous research, and yeah, there is the stuff that you have available to you now. In these kind of like storage facilities that ring the central vault, are essentially an alloy that is kind of like it makes it it contains and shields this exotic material, while also making it like you can utilize it, like you can move it around. Mm-hmm. So it's basically, it has been alloyed in such a way that it is much like, a big old ingot of stuff that you can safely interact with without it winking out of existence or exploding. So you have a firm idea of like, okay, the stuff that we have found will absolutely, if we can figure it out, fulfill the requirements that you've already established. What you can do with your extra hits, you have the extra evidence, which is essentially clues. That's one hit per. You can spend 1 to 3 hits on question and answer. or you can spend 3 hits to just get the next lead.
Spend 3 to get the next lead.
Okay.
I was going to suggest that. Just get the lead and get it over with.
Okay. Yeah. So you get your next lead, which is you start analyzing as you're watching the process of repair, like how these automated systems are going about repairing. You start sort of seeing how they work, and you also start looking into the construction capabilities of it, which you think are actually going to be more applicable than the repair functions. At least because when one would build a ship such as this, you would definitely need to employ these sort of alloyed units in the construction of it. So you think that there's going to be involved in something of maybe a little bit of breaking down and building back up to incorporate these things. Let's go ahead and do your role. Which role are you doing?
Well, I was going to... it sounds like technology is the better aspect next, but I have no technology.
I'll do technology if you want to do enigmas.
No, I was going to do enigmas in that all of this, like these materials and everything, like obviously there's a lot of background universal sort of interaction of laws. So there's a lot of math and there's a lot of like compensations of various energies and all of that. Basically, I'm working out the equations and all the different like stressors that everything needs to be at the right frequencies in order for all of it to be seamlessly integrated.
Sure thing. Yeah, make that roll.
Enigmas.
You're
Intelligence
trying to hit a difficulty of 3. For all of these, are going to be difficulty of 3.
Is cunning okay? Or would you like me to do intelligence?
This is really the domain of intellect. You guys are doing like serious math, and it's
That's
not, you're taking your time to do so.
I'm trying to see if there's anything else I have that can help me in this current situation. Not really, other than my one trick that everyone hates that I know.
Novas hate.
But
The Novas hate.
the Nova.
Excuse me.
Well, I'm trying to think. Is there anything that could give me? I need. Can I take 1 momentum?
Sure.
Right.
That's for them.
Yeah. Then I succeed because I got 2 successes, and then with the enhancement, I got another 1, so that's 3.
Yeah.
Well-
You are. So you just got base success.
I just beat the difficulty.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, you are able to overcome that, and the sort of the hard math work. It's definitely someone needed to do this, and you have done that.
Hooray!
Yay!
Like-
I've done that part, but it doesn't lead us to the next lead. It just builds evidence.
No, that was the next lead.
Okay, got
You
it.
got the next lead. So you were need 2 more leads to do this.
Okay.
May I roll technology then?
Sure.
The next one.
Okay.
Will my tech expert roll be served by
Yeah,
rolling?
absolutely.
I figured.
Oh yeah, that's right. We forgot about that part.
I couldn't find it in the rule book, but
Yeah, they talked about it.
Yeah.
I think they might have done away with it, but I like that rule. So
Yeah, I thought I read it somewhere too.
yeah, I don't think there are.
I looked. I really did.
I will let, while we're kind of doing this, and this probably takes some time,
Mm-hmm.
I will tell Vega, like, we may need your help with some technology, sort of integrating some stuff into the ship here a little bit.
Lightning
Okay.
calculator apply? That's
No, not for this part of it.
Will reverse engineering or repair apply?
Reverse engineering will apply.
That is 5. If I may take another enhancement to make it
Do
6.
it.
That way we
Right.
can knock these
Okay.
out.
That's what it's all been for.
Okay, so each roll gives us a lead, and then she used 3 6s to get another lead.
Yes.
Okay, that's why I was miscounting. Got it. Very
So you're looking into the technology aspect of it. You've got the equations started. You've got kind of like the plan of it. Now you're getting into the brass tacks of it. How to go about commanding the what sequence of orders you need to get that, and you also make another the big thing that you come up with is quantities. You believe that whenever you perform this kind of repair, that you will need at least 1 unit of exotic material per level of complication on the ship. So to alleviate what's on there now, you will need 3 units of this stuff. As a freebie, I will also say that you get the inventory. So you've got these 6 it's sections into 6 components. So there are 6 main vaults, and each of the vaults contain 100 units of it. So there are a total of 600 exotic material units in storage right now.
Okay, we got a supply.
Well, how much volume does that take?
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
These things are not like hand-size ingots. These are more like industrial size.
600 industrial size units?
Yeah.
I don't assume we're going to be taking all 600. I know his people wanted some too.
Yeah.
Well, we definitely could take I wanted to see how much we could store on the ship.
What is the current cargo capacity of the ASIYAH?
Depends on how you guys configured it from last time.
I believe you had configured it mostly to max cargo.
Yeah.
3 right now.
Yep.
Okay.
It says cargo 3.
Yep.
Basically, we can shift between passenger and vehicle storage 15 minutes per dot shifted. Okay, so we're changing vehicle storage. You don't
And we
really
do
have
have
a
2
vehicle.
vehicles.
Well, that is something else to continue. You guys are currently taking up about. You guys are taking up, I would say, about a third of your current cargo capacity with the 2 shuttles that you are docked.
We can leave one of my shuttles here. I don't mind. Because you said they were comparable anyways.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like I have anything special on that one cargo, on the one.
Yeah. So if you wanted to take as much as you can, you could max out your cargo capacity and take half of what's available.
I mean, we should probably find a place
To store it.
inside the belt to, store some of this stuff.
We should maybe set up shop on the asteroid. They're not going to go anywhere if we can probably find a hollow place to store them.
Sure. I mean, it's more the getting back out here the next time that's the tricky bit.
Oh, you mean back out to absolute
Well,
zero?
No, the orc
No,
cloud.
that's what I mean. We'll take as much as we can back
You
to
said
absolute zero.
if you only need 1 bar per complication, we only need 3. We could get away with just having like 20 or 40 bars, and you're good for a while.
I don't know if you know how complicated we'd like to get.
Well, I'm more curious of where this complication comes from. Obviously, now that I know more about the ship, it's got many more mysteries.
Shall I answer him?
Please.
This is, what you currently see of the ASIYAH is not the whole of the ASIYAH. The actual ASIYAH is, I believe, comparable in size to the Leviathans. There is a power core that, when the ship is whole, has been jettisoned and stored elsewhere in another solar system. And a lessened version of the ship is the result of that. I believe that if we were to fly the true ASIYAH in human space, it would immediately be fired on just by its design alone.
I see.
It is very obviously a something alien or Novatech. An educated eye would immediately recognize it as Novatech.
Is the whole, if
freaky
assuming the ASIYAH is whole, is it reconfigurable like this ship is? Like this version of it is?
No, actually. It is kind of what it is. It requires... there are, I wouldn't say impossible geometries at play, but very exotic geometries. In this form, with the power core jettisoned and stored, the boosting capacity involves playing with quantum entanglement, connecting to the power core based on the inherent entanglement. However, that causes some fundamental instability in the ship itself. which results in the issues that psi channeling individuals have while on board.
I see. Interesting.
But thankfully, we don't have to boost terribly often. We really only boost during emergencies like that one.
Pretty much.
Based on what I found out, if we have the materials, our shared know-how, would we need to be back at the ship or a shipyard in order to fix this in the future, or would we be able to?
That would be the province of the next lead, which you have the 3 successes if you just want to hit it.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the last question. You have everything you need to fix the ship. And you think back, like now the question is, do we need to be here? And you think back to the heat of the battle when he pushed himself and repaired the ship. You don't necessarily understand what it is that he does, but you're pretty sure now that you've built up the knowledge, you could, with the combination of a unit of exotic material, have him use that power and do that without the need of this station.
We should keep a lot around. We might want to be more. I share that, and I would like to be able to be more liberal with our use of boosting in the future if we need to, because there's been times when it would have been very handy since you'll be able to fix things.
No, I don't disagree.
So I think we should take as much as we can feasibly carry without being wasteful, and find a place to store it in a more handy location. How much? You said your people also have need of it?
Well, it's not that. It's just I need to do an assessment on how much. If there's this much here, that means the station runs off of it as well. There's probably a lot of repairs that it needs to be done, and probably even the power core. I don't even know what the power core of this place is. It must have been more exotic than just a simple hyperfusion reaction. Based on the data we've gone through, what is the core? What powers the station itself?
Funny enough, as you're talking about this sort of thing, you have some of the technical data of the ASIYAH. You think that the core that's running this ship is similar in nature to this power core that Ship was talking about.
Okay.
That it is kind of like a step beyond hyperfusion and going into like true 0-point energy.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Which I will also say, since you've gone through the full mystery, you can tell sort of the function. Like, this is a truly massive amount of energy that this power core, now that it is not being leached off of, which you kind of figure out that, like, oh, that was him eating.
Yeah.
That was him, like,
he was using it to fuel himself.
Yeah, exactly. You think that not only this station does not run off of exotic material. In fact, as you sort of are beginning to go about the process of like going through the unloading process, you see, like, in the vaults, like, as soon as you take one out, like, something comes online and, like, puts an energy field around the area, and you're pretty sure that this generates it.
Oh.
So this will refill over time.
Oh.
Okay.
So feel free to take as much as we need.
Let's just get the boxes. We'll get.
I send some drones to start loading up.
They start
And
loading up.
also, I just go, all right, hold on, let me get about 100 of these.
Ingots.
You
Oh, so
said
many
that
ingots.
we could take half.
Yeah, you could take half. You
So
could
that's
you could
300?
cram the ship through if you leave his shuttle
We
behind.
take 100 with us.
It's fine.
100 feels like a good number to keep track of.
Oh, it's plenty. Plus, there may be other uses for such materials.
Hey,
Let's keep in
Nathaniel,
track.
how'd you get out here? Did you teleport, or did someone teleport
I
you?
was teleported out here.
Okay.
I can't reach distances like this.
Because if we leave your shuttle behind, we won't be able to come back for it.
It's fine. This was basically a loner.
I mean, I'm now connected to this place in a way where I could probably relay that information to a teleporter again, which we actually have a thing for that.
Actually, hold on. Do you mind doing me a favor?
What
This
you
will be very easy for you to do.
Okie doke.
He pulls out a psi crystal. Can you imprint the noetic location of this place? Boop. Thank you.
Done.
Oh, also, the thing that we forgot that we didn't mention when you came on the ASIYAH, on our bridge, there's a weird station that looks like it has hookup. It's the teleporter station.
Oh yeah, the helm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we have a helm.
Yeah, I saw that. I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, that is very new technology, but it is in no way secret technology.
Right.
This is like top of the line, cutting edge Upeo Amasho created
Commercial technology.
Commercial technology.
You can get it. It's just very, very,
very
new.
expensive, and apparently the order has given them one.
Oh, and I will extend this to all you three. This is probably like at some point where we're sitting down and eating. If we were to cooperate with the people I work for, there could be access to biotech teaching, and several other unique equipment that you would not normally be able to get access to.
We're nothing if not cooperative. What did you have in mind?
What?
What did you have in mind?
Oh, I mean, anything you can probably imagine.
No, I meant cooperation-wise.
Like-
What did you ask
just
for?
working with this group in order to, again, establish this base, and if need be, to assist them when they need it.
Well, I'm personally, at least once we're done here with this, happy to turn the base over to them or whomever. I'm not sure how comfortable I am knowing things I ought not know. I have to do some thinking on that. You've given me a lot to think about in the last few hours with that one, so let me cogitate.
That's fine. But I was thinking about it because my order did explain a very small amount about your cognitive hazard that you all have. I may be able to assist you due to the nature of my ability to touch on all the different spectrums of the noetic totality. I may be able to
Like treating like quantum.
lessen, if not remove it. What?
Oh, like akin to treating quantum flux disease?
Possibly, yes.
Somebody make a culture plus cunning roll.
I was actually about to ask, yes, exactly.
Yep. No. That's all you.
I'll let you do that. I have no
got-
culture. I have a lot of cunning, no culture.
I got 2.
2?
Do I know the name of the Quantikinetic
Oh,
silo?
you absolutely know the name.
It's like, so you two, well, I will say, so you work for the Chief for Banu. They're a lot, okay.
I neither confirm nor deny that.
Well, you said a psi order, man. You got to be more careful about this
Even
stuff.
I noted that.
But that's
I didn't, if
fine.
it makes you feel
It's
better.
fine.
I wasn't paying
It's
attention.
fine. They sound like they got a rough deal. I'm sure there was some more to it than what was in the news.
Well, let's just say until I won't be speaking any more of it until I've been given authorization.
Sure.
You may have your speculations
That's fine.
if you so.
But it's okay. We'll just pretend you didn't slip.
Out of play, I didn't know I said it.
Yeah.
I know.
You
You
absolutely
referred to them as
did.
all your order because I was like,
Your order. I'm just
eh?
like, oh,
Well, order could be a lot of.
no. Not in this world. Unless you're like the Knights fucking Templar or some shit. Like, nah,
Anyway.
man.
Anyway, it's
Anyway.
cool. It happens.
It's fine.
Yeah. So the ships are under repair. You can introduce the. You actually you actually put a stop to the repair because you think going back to the idea that we might have to break it down in order to truly fix it. You think that it's going to be probably another week in total, so 2 weeks out here before the ship is both repaired physically and has its entanglement issue resolved by the ship itself.
I can probably expedite that process. I don't know how much. Could we experiment and take like 1 bar of this stuff and me use my power and see
You
how
can
that
absolutely
is?
try and do that.
But it's going to be a little difficult because I have the complication running around.
Yeah, the complication is still active.
So it's a 3-point complication.
Yeah, is a 3-point is a major complication, so it's 3 levels. Now, the complication itself does not initially hinder your psi use. It will hit you with it, and then further psi use will be a problem.
Okay.
So you could just not you could just
And then Vega can just.
Oh, that's true. That's fair. I forgot about that.
it's
Yes.
it's having the condition that's the problem.
Yes.
So yeah, you can just be free and easy.
So the complication, it doesn't affect my ability to use it. It just gives me the complication. She gets rid of it for me, and I can kind of rinse, wash, repeat on
You
that.
could, yes.
Okay. So let me roll.
But if I believe this is actually this is a power beyond your capacity.
Yes. So I got to figure out.
Kind of poosh.
It's going to be a little bit difficult. I won't lie. I get a little bit of a bonus. Will you let me use one of the rules that came up with where I can spin extra psi to get
Sure, yeah,
enhancement?
we'll give those a shot.
I only spin one because I can only get 3 enhancement, so I'll get max enhancement.
Okay.
That's enough.
Okay.
That is enough.
Yeah, you go to kind of like the central area of the ship where like the it's pretty it's analogous to a hyperfusion drive is, and using kind of some of the repair drones and whatnot, you find the right spot to do so, and you're able to push the exotic material back into the superstructure of the ship, and that condition lowers by 1.
I will tell before I get started. I'll ask Ship. Do they just call you Ship, or do you have a designation that you prefer? A name.
It's a complicated question. We go with ship now. We can discuss the particulars of that later when we're not involved in this matter.
Understood. I need a display, if you do. This will help me visualize of what this ship looked like before any damage or alterations were made.
Certainly. Hello.
That he uses that as a guide to help guide his thinking, because I have to imagine what it looks like. And then
And Ship actually brings up and says, like, this may also be helpful. Next to it, it begins in...
Sorry.
It begins in scale, so the current ship size is sort of overwhelmed by a holographic perception of what the actual ship looks like.
Oh, neat.
Which is there are on the outer layer of it, there are 9 Mobius strip structures that sort of surround it as a sphere. And then going in one layer, there's basically a triple Klein bottle configuration, and the center of it is actually kind of hard to look at, is a tesseract.
Wow, you weren't lying when you said the ship was going to be very distinct.
And says, yes, I suppose you might, these visual references might help you align the ship to its proper configuration.
I'm going to make a very quick minor science roll. This is mostly for my own edification for my character. Oh, I'm seeing something similar to that. I think someone showed me a diagram somewhere.
Yeah,
Looks like a headache.
You've seen...
I was literally rolling a science roll to see if maybe I have seen concepts and theorems like that.
Yeah, you've
before.
seen the traditional shadow of a tesseract,
Right.
Which is it's something that can't be represented. Whatever this holographic system is representing an actual tesseract, which is just
mind-numbing.
yeah, it pushes out through time, and
Why am I seeing 10 of them at the same time?
yeah, exactly. But yeah, those images all together with that roll, you are able to suffuse it with the superstructure and bring it into alignment with its proper course.
I can try one more time before I've got to rest up with some psi. I'm assuming that actually took only a little bit of time.
Yeah, I mean it took enough power activation.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, let's do this again. I'll spin another mode to give myself an additional psi. Barely. Yeah, I had exactly what I needed because because of the enhancement, I only need one more. One success.
Yeah, you are pushing this out, and you're able to bring it back into alignment. Now that's only a minor complication.
Now I need to rest for a little bit.
Yeah. So it'll be like maybe 10 days now, just to let it go.
Given that we've been able to accelerate this somewhat, we can either do more with the ship, or I can extend an invitation and seeing since I think you've sussed out the people I work for.
Well, are there any better guns we can put onto the ship?
Possibly. I don't know if there's any on the station, but we may be able to acquire some.
I'll look around the station, see if there's any improvements that can be made to the ship's armaments.
Okay. Give me a technology roll.
Reservoir of Gary's.
Can I use my aim to help with this, actually?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
You want to do a teamwork roll?
Teamwork. I'm going to assume on his fix it doesn't apply to this. Nope, so that's just 4.
4.
Okay. I'll have to look something up real quick. Yeah, you start looking through. Like you go to kind of like, you start digging through kind of the plans and whatnot, looking for armaments. It'll give me a moment to look up some stuff.
Sure.
And I will,
Sure.
but in the meantime, come on. No.
So you all found the ASIYAH where?
A trans system.
What was that?
Oh, what was the name of the system?
Epsilon Aridne.
The Epsilon Aridne system. During the, you definitely heard about the botch in that system. Well, we were there, and we just happened to come across the ASIYAH.
And kind of saved the day with it.
Yeah, it was taken over by a lesser aberrant. We came in and cleared that out, and then we used it to help fight off one of the colony's big boys.
Useful. I have had heard, this is fairly recent after my recovery, about some of the contact that had been made with basically the Novas and their potential, let's say, assistance with some of the colony and the more common enemies that we have.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm sure the Novas don't like the colony any more than Earth does. So, I mean, whatever people want to feel about what happened, in the past.
No,
Allies, man.
I'm willing to cooperate if it means the safety of humanity.
All
Didn't
I'm-
know about the
good.
space
All
monsters.
I'm saying is that the Nova who owned this ship before us implemented party protocol. Does that seem like a monster to you?
They put everybody's birthday in.
They seem like
Oh, that is very nice.
and this person wasn't. The ship came into our possession, or it became our home not long after the last owner was gone. They weren't gone long by the time we had found it. So this person is a modern Nova who captained the ship beforehand.
Ship speaks up. Yes, he died violently in combat with an agent of the colony.
Oh,
So
I'll definitely drink to that.
I had been.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I'm trying to think about a way to think about our brain problem, and
There is no risk without reward.
well, yeah, but I I don't want to worsen it by thinking about it in the wrong way.
Oh, so just by thinking about it in a certain way, start.
But
Okay.
thinking about it too much,
We
really.
think we get real
Yeah.
sick and uncomfortable if we think about it too hard. So I might have to go out to go back in and maybe try to go out to the totality and look at it from not me. Have it look into. I'll try. You'll see. It'll work. Maybe. but but I don't know. It's a weird way to look at it. I'm drunk.
That's fine.
I'm probably gonna need your help on that, Vega.
That's all right. I got you.
Cool. Mostly if my brain starts hemorrhaging, just like
Put it
We'll
back
fix
that up.
it. Yeah.
shore
yeah.
that up.
I'll let you know. A little blood coming out of your nose. Get you patched.
Okay.
Also, it's also the fact that I need something to do if we're going to be out here for 10 whole days.
So do I. Well, I mean, unfortunately, my Nexus surfing doesn't really work at this range. I can't really find out what's going on soulward until we're back in a little bit closer proximity to Earth.
And frankly, I think fixing this mental hazard should be of higher priority just because it will improve your functionality and communication with me and others.
Well, I'd love to be able to send you telepathic messages here and there because, I can do that, but I don't want to, it'd be like spitting in your ear.
Yeah. I don't think you'd find my head to be a very hospitable place.
Oh, yeah, we all have issues.
Yeah, we all got that, man. We grew up in the FSA, dude. You know how the word. Like, this is my dad. Shows,
Yeah.
Daddy Golden. This is my father. You think I've got a nice head? This stupid blonde head of mine.
Stupid, beautiful.
Beautiful blonde hair.
You just swipe at him. Fucking asshole.
Yeah, that's true. I guess. Yes, I did have a good relationship with my parents.
Oh, lucky guy.
It must be nice.
But that's all right. I don't hold it against you.
Oh, appreciate that. If you did, well,
Yeah, it wouldn't be-
then we would definitely need to start having some conversations
It-
about
That would
some
be
stuff.
weird.
It would
Dare
be
you
weird.
have a normal family life?
I've met enough people in my life that might be like, how dare you talk about not having problems with your father? Okay, how dare you?
Orphan crew.
What do you think, Justice Meowmer of the courts? All right, sorry. I'm sorry. Have some fish.
I'm only here for promise of fish, and this makes me slightly warm.
Well, then I get to, since we're waiting a little bit. You were born in the FSA. Where were you born? If
We
you don't
grew up
mind
together.
sharing.
FSA as well. We were all from the FSA before
Yep.
you got here.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, I've known Alex since we were teenagers.
and you're part of the NSRA? You're actually part of their organization.
I wasn't.
Oh, was.
I'm technically burned right now, but yeah, I'm Isra. Yeah, I've
Would order.
Aeon, actually. Not part of one of the orders. I'm off books right now, though. We all are.
I've in my
Some get to go back, some don't.
in my previous life, I occasionally bumped into some Aeon agents. So good folk.
Yeah.
And you?
Was Orgatech.
All right.
Yeah.
I guess.
I think she was burned before we were.
Oh, I burned myself.
it's all right. There are a bunch of tools anyway.
I was a little overly ambitious on trying to find some new ways to improve my living situation.
And that's coming from a person working for Orgadec who pays the best.
It wasn't enough.
Okay.
Really depends on what class of citizenship you can purchase with the.
I try not to be so harsh. I apologize. When you're in the Legion for a while and a lot of things are provided for you, you get a different perspective. of
Oh,
everything.
yeah, no, not provided for you.
Well, technically, under my current, technically, I'm not a citizen of any nation right now.
Right now, I feel like I'm not either. If my father wasn't super rich.
Yeah. Well, I could join on. I automatically have citizenship with Australia if I wanted it.
Yeah, if I paid in, I could be a full citizen of FSA, but I'm not giving them my money.
There's no.
No, I'm getting out.
I don't. Well, we can't.
I don't really want to go back.
I think if we enter FSA airspace at this point,
Yeah. I mean, eventually we'll have to do a thing, but
I can't imagine how. The idea of like a Clairsentient working for the FSA, like actually we're doing their dirty business, makes me sad. But I'm sure there is a couple, and I'm pretty sure if we show up,
It's probably
Someone's gonna
maybe a
pay.
situation of they think they're going to do better on the inside than the outside.
There's always people willing to betray
That's-
themselves in their own.
That is also what I told myself as I was getting on the plane.
I mean, there is some merit to that line of thinking. It's just a lot harder than a lot of people imagine.
Yeah, it's big.
Yeah.
It's big and crushing. Probably better to just,
Well,
Trash it.
I know a lot about hunting. The problem is I know a lot about hunting down your own. I was a lick, after all. Legion Intelligence Corps. So, yeah.
oof.
I've seen my fair share of bad apples. But anyways, let's not just walk away from depressing topics. I apologize. Just more.
All right, so tell me more about this cat court.
Oh. Well, last time, Little Lord Esquire over here was having an argument with the judge about the propriety of his writ of Meowdamus.
It got very heated.
It did, and then one of them threw the gavel off the table, and that was the end of cat court.
A lot of hissing, I suspect.
Oh,
yeah.
No, these guys aren't. Well, they're not that hissy. They're
No.
actually very good. They're big enough to when they don't want to be doing it anymore. They're not going to be doing it anymore.
Yep.
These little guys are way stronger than
And we
me.
definitely need some, some R&R in, normal human space, because if you're starting to play dress up with the cats,
Yeah, man. But
they're so cute.
I'm a planet sider, dude. I am not a space farer.
My grandmom never went to space, and she just did that.
well, she probably didn't get out much then.
Churchgoer.
Too busy watching Golden Ministries.
Yep. Hope you enjoyed my college.
Wow,
fund.
did you have such a very
So-
different life than me.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna find this shit later. Like,
What were you looking for?
I'm looking for a very specific book that has like
Ship
Novatech
weapons?
level ship weapons, but I can't find it.
Okay.
Anyway, so so you guys have week and change to wait for the ship to get taken care of. At some point, once things are underway, ship says, yes. Now that we've gotten the technical out of it, I can explain a little bit more about myself and sort of my situation and the ship situation and whatnot. Shortly before the slot found the ship. By the way, they call me ship. I am not the ship. I am, like I said, an AI, a sentience, or an artificial sentience. I interact with the ship, but I am not the ship.
Okay, understood. I do have another question.
Mm-hmm.
Were you, this is going to probably sound a little crude, and I apologize. Were you designed, or you programmed to gain sentience and sapience, or did that naturally come about? Were you a different program, and then it evolved from that point?
The method by which I came into existence is, I guess, another way to define me is I am a replicant. I am a copy of the consciousness of the former captain.
Okay, understood.
And that is how I came into my current mode of existence. Shortly before this group came on board, as I said, we were engaged in a fight with an agent of the colony who had kind of looks in. How much should I say regarding that situation?
Remember now, I suppose.
He's with us till things get rough, so probably everything.
Very well. In the Epsilon Iridani system, which is considered somewhat, some parties call it sacred, others just consider it neutral amongst quantum-using human-originated beings. It's such a clusterfuck the way the language evolved. Aberrant wasn't originally a political term, by the way. Well, actually, it started as a slur, then it became a political term as being reclaimed from the slur. Anyway, it was the Epsilon Eridani system is very important to various Nova and Aberrant factions. When humans from Earth arrived there, it inadvertently tipped the balance, and forces of the colony decided to react, including there is a facility in the asteroid belt that connects to where most of the Novas went when the ultimatum happened.
Okay.
Which, to the best of my understanding, is somewhere in the Perseus arm of this galaxy. The captain did not wish to surrender that facility to forces of the colony. A battle was engaged, and when it became fairly clear that that battle was going to be lost, protocols were engaged. I had to separate myself from a great deal of my memories and information. There's a lot I don't know about my past, my identity, my name being one of them. A lot of sensitive intelligence that I simply no longer have access to. The crew was compromised by the aberrant that was in residence that these fine scions dispatched, and that allowed me to restore my control over the ship.
Well, first off, you have my sympathies for having holes in your memory. I can relate. But thank you for answering my question. It helps me have context. I'm sure you don't have much information about post-Aberrant War Reconstruction Earth.
No. We operate under a pretty strong edict from our, one of the things I don't have much knowledge about, but I know that we work for someone, and the edict handed down was that it was supposed to apply to all Nova kind, that we were not to return to Earth unless openly invited by the United Nations or secretly invited by Aeon. Obviously, the colony and his subordinates do not obey that edict. But the rest of us are supposed to stay away, unless those conditions are met.
To sort of give you an abridged version of the post-Aberrant War reconstructive Earth was chaotic, to say the least, of which such a drastic war had a very traumatic effect on the psychology of humanity at large. And for many years, technology was developed to escape the horrors of that trauma. And from there was, and I don't have all the details, likely emergent artificial intelligence that was not...
Yes, I'm aware of the Shanghai Accord.
I did not know that.
I've been given access to the current incarnation of the OpNet. So I know... I've had a history lesson.
Okay.
Yeah,
I wasn't trying to...
As I say.
I was trying to explain. I did not know if you were informed.
when we went back to Earth, ship was able to hook into the OpNet and get the down low.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the what's happened in our absence.
And not that it should matter much, but I feel a little more comfortable knowing that your basis was based in obviously a human psyche.
Nova psyche, but yes.
Yes, but the the route is there.
Party protocol.
Party protocol.
Exactly. No evil person could come up with party protocol.
It's just nice.
Your evidence is almost compelling.
Yeah, but, I'm a student of human nature, man.
If it makes you feel any better, at least some portions of Aeon who are more in the know as to what we are and what we're doing also do know about SHIP and the ASIYAH.
Yeah.
So while not official, when there's no official clearance, there's some tacit clearance
we're
happening.
not 100% away, all the way off the reservation.
I assumed as much. If you were truly off the reservation, I would not have gotten some of the information that I received about all of you.
Oh, what information is that?
That's for me to know and for you probably not to. But to also be clear, I'm also not as worried because SHIP, besides obviously the history and everything else that you all have and the hospitality you've shown, but it's also SHIP is not controlling an entire city's worth of infrastructure.
A large ship, but
Yeah, there's a difference when it has thousands, if not millions, of lives tied into its existence and its thoughts and its functionality versus a spaceship.
Nope, just our lives.
Well,
and so far,
I'm willing to put my life on the line.
we've worked together just great.
Great.
Yep.
No, and
Been a great ride.
that is a testament to ship's capabilities and communication.
Yes, and I believe we are still operating under the flat hierarchy that you all
Yes.
established. So yes, there is no one captain of the vessel, although that is within my capabilities to establish. But for right now, we have equal control of the vessel and its operations.
It's worked well for us so far. Hopefully there won't be any need for that to change.
Well, I will say this. And whenever you feel comfortable, if there are things I need to be made aware of that I may be able to assist SHIP in either restoration of your capabilities or memories, please let me know.
We have wondered, SHIP and I've talked about this if their missing memories were destroyed or merely jettisoned somewhere safe, but we don't really have a way to get there to find out, even if you think they might have been.
I'm fairly certain they were destroyed.
It just makes sense.
Yes, such a thing would only be done because there were things that the enemy could not know.
Is that, you said it was some sort of facility that bridged between here and the Perseus system?
Well, they are in the Perseus system.
Yes.
Yeah. Do
Epsilon
we know what
Archies.
the current status of such a important bridge is?
No.
Oh, Bifrost? Yeah, we should probably go check that out at some point.
That would
It
probably-
was on the list.
It is very well hidden. But it could have been. We don't know. We haven't been yet. We had to leave the system fairly quickly.
And I'm assuming, and knowing from the schematics I've seen of the ship, this ship does not have any warp or teleportation capabilities innate to it.
Not in its current configuration.
No, I will say, because you're able to boost, the core is still intact. Your
Yes, the
ASIYAH's
core is still intact, yes.
which is encouraging, at least, since
Yes.
it was
yes.
quite visible. It was large.
Yes, we were discovered. The location was discovered by the enemy because we were followed to it. We don't know if they communicated its location back or not. It was only a matter of hours after the ship fell and my memory core was purged that you took it back. So.
Well, here is, I will say, I do hope you find that if your memory cores are intact, you find them one day. Yeah, I know it's very difficult to pick up the pieces after the fact.
I am functional. I am my core sentience and capacity has not been damaged.
I understand that, but I'm just extending my sympathy to you for understanding that can be traumatic.
Yes. It's not pleasant.
No.
Anyway. Losing crew is also a problem. Have we heard from Damien, by the way?
I was going to get in touch
No.
when we were. I mean, I guess I can bug him any old time. Have been trying to stay.
Now that the
away.
complication is much less, the interference is less problematic. I can reach out to some of my people and see start getting some things moving forward, since we're going to be here for a while.
Yeah.
I
Are you
mean,
going to make
did,
a...
did you want to look into our situation? Tap my head. It might be dangerous for you two.
At this point, I think it'd be pretty dangerous.
I'll probably need Vega outside, and you'd probably be a good example because you may be able to get some insight into the situation. Because you're also a telepath, right? But you are one who can create a mind link. That can help.
I can network.
All right, so let us go to the medical bay when we have some time, and we'll take a look.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways we can go through. There's a couple of ways we could try it.
Well, first I'm going to do kind of a full workup. Basically, what I would like to do on Alex, at all possible, is first do sort of like a quantikinetic scan and kind of get what is currently active
Okay,
on
yeah,
her.
sure.
I mean, I'm not
Yeah.
currently using any psi powers.
Yeah, you're not currently using any
But I can
cyber-
also detect quantum abilities as well.
You can see the oogie.
2 successes? 3 successes? Yeah, 3.
Yeah, you detect there is a corruption-based effect on her.
Okay.
It is very subtle, but you are able to you're not able to really get much detail about it because you actually look. I mean, I'm assuming you guys give him access to the notes of what you've already looked
Yeah.
into this about it. It is a quantum flux disease.
Okay, got it.
And you're kind of like going through the notes that they've already got. From what they've already looked into, you can look and say that they've been able to determine that they will need a Vitakinetic, they will need a Quantikinetic, but they will also need a skilled telepath to actually resolve this.
Yep.
Because it is a mental,
Okay.
it is a mental quantum flux disease. It's a cognitive hazard.
By skilled telepath, what are we talking here? I know not you. I'm seeing if I can potentially push to do it, but it may be too big for me.
You'll be so tired.
Well,
All that side. Oh,
I do a little bit of everything okay. So if I had to do one thing really well, I have to
Expensive.
really focus.
the downside of being the multi-tool.
They will need,
Swiss Army knife, actually.
at the very least, they will need the level 3 psych bending power of rewrite.
Ooh, let me see.
As I believe you're neither Swiss. Oh, I guess technically kind of army.
And-
Multi-tool.
Might be a tool.
Definitely a tool.
Get it, boys.
Please remember who is going to be in whose head.
Oh, I imagine I'm like sitting on the exam table
yeah.
while we're having
Yes,
this
yeah,
conversation.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Joke's on you, sucker. I know you're a good guy.
Let me see. You said psych bending?
Unless we push
Yeah,
him too
psych
far.
bending 3.
Okay, so that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. You can probably boost me to be able to do this.
Are you requesting a boost?
Yes, if I'm going to do this.
Yeah,
right.
While it is possible, I will tell you right now that temporary access to the power is going to be dangerous. This is a very deep puzzle.
Okay.
This is not I will say this is not a solution by which raw mechanics can solve.
Fair enough. Yeah, I was wondering if this was Scott saying, "Hey, slow your roll.
So
You
we
need to
need to find
actually
A
know."
skilled telepath.
Okay.
Someone someone who either is a Psiad with a primary telepathy mode,
Or we need to tell.
or an actual
Tell.
ministry dunked telepath.
Then
And you still you could push your powers and do stuff with it, but you'll be having to do that a lot.
let's
And dangerous for whom?
probably both of us actually.
Probably everyone in the link.
Yeah.
Let me contact a few people because I believe we can help. Everyone can help each other in this situation. Because the faster I get you all sort of squared away, the better we can start doing a lot of other things.
I mean, yeah, I would love to have this shit out of my head.
I'll be honest, I'm fascinated by some of the things you guys are getting involved into. Absolutely fascinated.
Man, wait till you have to live it for a few weeks.
Well, I've been MIA for several years while I was recovering. So let me look. I'm going to do a telepathy. I'm going to push telepathy so I can contact my contact.
Yeah, sure.
Well, that's a fail, but I'll just try again.
Okay, I'll do some momentum.
Yay!
Woo! Fill that pool.
So we can eat it up. Nom, nom, nom,
That's
nom.
better. Yep, that's better.
That's what
That's
we do.
more than enough. I'll reach out to my contact in the group I work for.
Yeah, you focus for a little bit, push out, establish the connection. Nathaniel.
Yes, I have the coordinates if you want them. I have them stored in a psi crystal.
Ah, yes, focus crystal.
We were going to actually be stuck out here for some time, and
How much time is some time?
week and a half. So if you wish to have some sort of meet and greet, or you can send someone so that we can start making assessments, I have free time.
I see. There's a lot happening right now. I don't know. I'm not certain that now's the right time to make that sort of commitment. There's glimmers of opportunity and danger. Things in the FSA are becoming very interesting.
Anything we can assist with?
I don't know, given that your companions are currently wanted for things directly related to the things that are happening. They may cause more problems than they solve, but that is for the more political-minded of us. Our patrons are looking into the matter.
Speaking of problems to be solved, at the very least, I have a small request. Well, not a small request, but a request. Do we have a telepath on retainer? A actual dedicated one?
We can get access to one, yes.
These individuals that I'm with, they have divulged a lot to me, and they are showing a lot of trust to me. I have that information about this ship that you requested.
I see.
But to better facilitate their ability, right now they have a cognitive hazard that they are not that is actively preventing them from facilitating communication and rapport with each other and with me. And if we're going to be working together, we need to resolve that issue. And I have assessed the situation, and I need a skilled telepath to do it.
I see. Allow me to look into this.
Okay.
As I'm sure you know, there are difficulties between our order and the ministry. And those telepaths that we do have within the order are very specialized and have very specific duties. Perhaps our patron can provide one. I will have to speak with some of them to see if I can arrange one.
Thank you. But so that you are aware of it, just to give you a brief report, the ship, the ASIYAH, is Nova make. It is the what we are on now was merely a fraction of what the actual whole ship is. And to show that you are perfectly aware of the situation, it is currently being controlled by an actual AI.
Oh. I see. Very well.
You wanted the information?
No, that is good to know. Very good to know. Keep an eye on it.
I am. It seems to be amiable.
Many beings can be amiable and then lose control or unveil a level of maliciousness. But yes, keep an eye on it. We will need to consider that deeply.
Yes, but that is the information I have for you now. I look. When would you like me to report back so I don't keep bothering you?
He focuses. There will be a message on your focus crystal.
Understood.
So, anybody else getting up to anything while he's off looking into the universe?
I'm just thinking about whether or not snitches should get stitches.
I mean, he
question.
just told him that we have so much brain damage that we just gave him all this information.
I'm sure it will be viewed in the most positive light possible.
I actually would like to have, I imagine it's a culture, or possibly humanities role.
Trust it. So
Now that I know about the Clairsentient Order and that they are active and around and that we have at least one of them, how obligated am I to talk to Aeon about that?
Yeah, give me a culture roll on that.
Would that be intellect or would I need or should I use one of my, any mental or social. Okay.
Many mental would work.
Cool. Well, apparently I don't know shit. Another momentum for us.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, you think about it, and the Chitrabanu are criminals. It is known to highly suspected that some of them are still in existence. The majority of the order got wiped out for collaboration with the aberrants. That is kind of the baseline of knowledge, that the order as a whole was determined to be in league with aberrants. And as such, at the very least, any member of the Chitrabanu, regardless if they are a Quantikinetic or not, is wanted, has a standing system-wide warrant out for their arrest.
Yeah, and obviously Alex would have a little bit of a hard time thinking that squaring this person we met is on the side of the aberrants or is in collaboration with them. So, got some mulling to do. They're probably saying the same thing about us about now. So, is my errant thought about that.
Most likely.
What about Vega? Are you going to be getting up to anything?
I mean, I feel like Cat Court's probably done.
I mean, they're pretty much done with it by this time.
I have to do some actual clairsentient shit.
Okay.
I had to contemplate my navel for about the next 2 hours.
What are you clairsentienting about?
I'm entering Dakir,
Okay.
and I'm going to ask a very big question.
Okay.
Is Otha on our side or not?
Let's make that roll.
All right. See if the old man notices.
We'll see.
Were you looking
You just get a
at
little
me?
thing on your crystal going, hey, so I heard you wanted to...
I heard you was talking shit.
Yeah, exactly. Good thing I already told you about this, I made this 3 months ago.
You talking to the totality about me?
That'll tell me that. 3.
You focus on the ultimate disposition of the old man. The man who knows everything. You consider the information that Nathaniel has given you, you consider the encounter that you already have, apparently, with this alien creature, that apparently their kind was involved in the creation of the Scions in some way, that the tanks themselves are a part of their agenda. This idea that the proxies themselves are very deeply compromised. And you begin to fall down the corridors of possibility. As multiple possibilities begin to open themselves and close themselves to your understanding of it. And as this hall of mirrors begins to open up in your clairsentient understanding of it, you start to see Otha himself walking down these halls and pathways. And as he goes deeper, you are compelled to follow him. And you realize that he is likely asking the very same question of himself as he treads this hall of his own involvement in the affairs of humanity and the greater destiny of the world. And you get lost in the fact that the man who knows everything does not know this very important thing about himself. And that is where we will end this episode of Trinity Continuum. ASIYAH! Thank you out there for watching. Thank you guys for playing. If you would like to support the show and the channel, you can go to patreon.com/Simulacra Studios, which is the best way. Become a patron, get access to our Discord channel, chat with me, chat with them, chat with everybody, and also get a chance to role-playing with us, because that's where early access to casting calls is posted. Well, with our Clairsentient gleaming the cube, as it were, we will see you next week and see where that goes. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.